Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Steph or Steph Dawn across all of my other socials. I'm a homeschooling mom to two boys who are going into first grade and third grade this upcoming school year. And for my first YouTube video, I decided I wanted to do a full in-depth tour of our new homeschool loft. Prior to this, we were homeschooling at the kitchen table for about 3 years. Loved it, did the job, it was very convenient. However, now in this newer house, we actually have a designated area. And I also did a couple of videos over on TikTok and Instagram showing the layout of this homeschool loft, but I didn't actually get into all of the baskets and bins, drawers, and cabinets because those videos are super short. They're like 3 minutes long. So today I'm going to show you pretty much everything and just how I have things organized and set up for the upcoming school year because we start in a few days. So all that yapping aside, let's just get straight into it. So starting in the hallway that leads into the homeschool loft, I have this one bookshelf that I'm going to go through really quickly. Basically everything on this bookshelf is backstock and extra supplies. So starting at the top, I have a laminating machine with the extra thermal sheets to go with it. I have extra printer paper, extra coil bindings to go with my binding machine that is on the ground because I have no idea where to put it right now. And I also have a heavy duty stapler. Next shelf, I have a basket full of maps, printer ink, extra composition notebooks, and then I honestly have no idea what's in here. And I'm not going to go through it because I feel like as soon as I open the lid, I'm going to actually have to sort through it. And that just seems like an extra task. Probably just more supplies. Next shelf, I have 2 more bins. In this one, there are poster markers, paint markers, regular pens, gel pens, colored pens, wet erase markers, dry erase markers. Honestly, guys, I'm kind of going through half of this for the first time with you because I can't remember the last time I've actually went through any of this. So I honestly don't know what's in a lot of these bins. But in this one, it looks like there are envelopes, little journals, a label machine, backup tape, like tape refills. I have glue tape, command hooks, little tiny clothespin, a hot glue gun, and extra glue to go with it. Now, on this shelf, I have a basket full of notebooking things. And so I have some stencils that are just shapes. And then also these ones because for our notebooking, we tend to use the mixed media sketchbooks and they don't have lines on them. So these obviously come in handy. You could just make very even lines. And it came in a pack on Amazon and it came with these ones that are a little bit bigger as well, which is just really good for my youngest son. And I also have some scrap paper, some blank index cards, and also like 25 different rolls of washi tape because they're cute. And we like to use them for notebooking. Now, right next to this, I have a ton of double-sided whiteboards. The first one that we ever got was years ago with Logic of English Foundations, and it's double-sided like this. So it has one big side right here, and then it has some smaller lines on the other one, like primary writing lines. And then about maybe 3 years ago, from Walmart, when they were doing their back-to-school shopping or their back-to-school supplies, like that time of the year, they had a 12-pack of these double-sided boards for, I want to say under $5, like it was on sale. And so one side are all lines, primary writing lines, and the other side is blank. We use these for literally everything. We use them for writing, copy work, drawing, math, just literally everything. Next shelf is all different types of papers. So we have a bunch of construction paper on one side, and on the other side, on this organizer, I have cardstock, watercolor paper, printer paper, colored cardstock, glitter cardstock, sticker paper, and photo printing paper. And then at the bottom, like the absolute bottom shelf, I just have extra art supplies that we don't use on the daily and extra scrap paper for other projects because I don't want to waste any paper because we do projects so much and we just end up with a lot of scrap paper. And I figured why not just keep it so we can use it for other projects, you know? So now we're going to get into the rest of the homeschool area, and I'm just going to take you guys a little bit closer. That way you can see everything that we have. We're going to start off with everything on top of the cabinets, and then we will go through each one individually. Okay, so starting over here on top of this first cabinet, I have a big jar of letter tiles. I have some bananagrams in here, but the majority of this is just regular Scrabble tiles. I also have a visual timer right here. This is a masking tape dispenser, and I actually need to fix this because it's bothering me that it's not in the correct order of like the rainbow. Moving on over here, this little organizer, or this big organizer I should say, is probably one of my favorite pieces. I got this from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago, but this used to live on our kitchen table when we homeschooled at our kitchen table. We have glue bottles, glue sticks, regular scissors and fun scissors, erasers, pencils, erasers for pencils, highlighters. These are magic erasers because I like using these on whiteboards. They just work really good. And then we have wet and dry erase markers as well right there. This is actually just a 3D printed coaster set that one of our really good friends made, and I thought it was really cute. In this basket, we have finger puppets from IKEA, and then also these wooden peg people that my kids make. They love playing with it. And then I just have some incense over here. But now let's go back all the way over here and start going through these bookshelves. So this first bookshelf right here is just full of chapter books because we love to do a daily read aloud. This is also the binding machine that I was talking about that I just have nowhere to put. And then I got that cute little trash can at TJ Maxx for like $10 because we just needed something up here. But let's go ahead and get into these cabinets, and they probably are all a mess, just a little warning. But up top, we have some manipulatives. So we have math beads, tangrams. I have a scale, fake money, a clock, and then a little math board right there. And then down below, I have these droppers and then a little tote full of magnifying glass and tongs and goggles. These are the pink letter series for a Montessori board. We have dominoes, and then this little area is just games of some sort. So we have a couple of math board games right here, like Math Island and Sums in Space, and then we also have some card games right over there. Down below, we just have wooden bowls that we use for random things. And then this is just all extracurricular that I have to go through and or throw away. Okay, so now moving on to this first open shelving system, we have a place value chart, and then I have jars of manipulatives. We have dice, little erasers for counters, and then glass beads for counters as well, bingo chips, and these little counting bears. And now on the middle shelf, this is probably one of my favorite Facebook Marketplace finds ever. This is a wooden base 10 set. And we just have so many little ones pieces, the tens, all of it, right? And I think that was like under $20. Like I said, one of my favorite Facebook Marketplace finds. And then at the bottom, we have a scale with the weights to go with it right here. A tiny abacus, and then also these little counting blocks right here. Right next to the open shelves, I have this cabinet, and the top shelf is my third graders curricula, and then the bottom is my first graders. In the middle is a family shared subject. And now we're moving on to this other open shelving system where it's all arts and craft supplies. So we have a couple of things of beeswax crayons, regular crayons, watercolor markers, and pencils. We have more markers, pencils, paint markers, and those little dotting things. And then at the bottom, we have painting supplies over here. We have watercolor sets, paint trays, more paintbrushes and paint sponges. We have gel markers, and then this little thing is full of outlining markers as well. And now we're heading over to the last set of cabinets. And again, this is mostly just arts and crafts supplies. So we have air dry clay, beeswax clay. I think there's like stickers and popsicle sticks and feathers in here. A couple of extra rulers. These are little water dishes and cups for painting. Mod Podge, craft kits, more craft kits. This is a bead set and like for making bracelets and necklaces. This right here is just a water bottle for the chalkboard. I have extra gouache and watercolor in there. This is a drop cloth for extra messy projects, and then more towels and placemats. We have fabric paint, tempera paint, canvases, and then down at the bottom, a lot of this is how to draw stuff, drawing instructional books and stuff like that. So for example, in this binder right here, we have a lot of these directed drawings, and this one set is from Pocket of Preschool over on Teachers Pay Teachers. I got these years ago, so I hope they're still there. But these helped my kids get really interested in drawing at first. And then we also just have more how to draw books. These two things are alcohol markers. We have rainbow pencils, glitter paint pens, more directed drawing stuff right here. We have soft pastels, oil pastels, and then a kit full of like pom-poms, googly eyes, pipe cleaners, stuff like that. I just stored in there to make it easier. That's it for everything on the shelves and in the cabinets. Now over here on our bigger bookshelf, these are all of our day-to-day learning books. So a lot of encyclopedia style books, a lot of nonfiction books, but we also do have some fiction down there on that shelf right here. But the majority of it is nonfiction. I'll go a little bit closer so you can see everything that's on here because I'm not gonna go through every single book, obviously. But like I said, this is what we use on a day-to-day basis. Now over here, right next to it, we have a really big chalkboard that the kids were just using. And below it, I have two beanbag chairs that are full with stuffed animals, so it's kind of like a 2-for-1. And then over here, I know this looks a little bit sketch because I have a chair right next to the railing. However, this is my chair. The kids don't sit on it. It's just for me, my little sitting area. And I have a couple of books that we read on the first day back to our homeschool year. This first one is This Is My Home, This Is My School. And the second one is All the Ways to Be Smart. Now, this is one of the areas that I get asked a lot about, but this rug right here is from Amazon. This table is from IKEA, and it's technically a kitchen table, and these sides do fold down, which makes it really, really nice to like store aside if we need to. But another thing that I like about this, and these old chairs are just from Facebook Marketplace years ago, but what I like about this table is that each side comes with 3 decently sized drawers, so the kids can use them for whatever they want as the school year happens. But this is the last area that I will be going through. And if you've been following my content over on TikTok and Instagram for the last few years, you know that this is the Hutch. This is my homeschool Hutch. We know her. We love her. I just have a printer down at the bottom, extra notebooks that won't fit in the cabinet for the kids, and then I have mini trifold posters. Over here, this is just kind of my stuff, right? So planners, pens and pencils and scissors, extra supplies right here, a little pencil sharpener. Up here as well, I have extra filming stuff, and then I have some sticky notes in here, more sticky notes in here, a little microscope, extra supplies, and at the top, we have a lot of just extra curricula that we may or may not use throughout the school year, and ones that I just want an easier reach. On the side of the Hutch, I do have some extra printouts that I've made over the years and that I just like to keep out and about. But right here, this is a book bingo. So this one is for August, obviously, or a reading challenge, but we call them book bingos. I have one for each kid, and they are from A Teacher and Her Cat over on Teachers Pay Teachers, and it just makes it a little fun reading challenge for the kids. Down underneath that, I have a basket with some of their Yodo stuff and headphones. And then this right here is a little chest, I guess. It's supposed to be a shoe chest. And my father-in-law made it for us years ago. And it holds a special place in our heart. So I like to keep it close by. But this is just extra storage. So extra notebooks and binders and folders and pouches, extra decorations. I have a really big paper cutter right here. And I have another stapler. So again, just extra storage because you can just literally never have enough. But hiding under here, because it's an awkward shape and I can't fit it on a shelf, I do have the Montessori letter tile set situation. All right, so that's pretty much it. I know I went through that a little bit fast, but that's basically the ins and outs of our homeschool loft. Let me know if you have any questions about specific areas in the homeschool loft, or if you want me to go through some of the books that we have, or if you just have any video requests in general. Like I said, I'm finally making YouTube videos after talking about it for years, and obviously I want to make videos that you want to watch. So anything that you have to say, leave it below in the comments and I'll get back to it hopefully. But that's basically it. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.